What's going on, y'all? It's JD Piquel. Today on CFB with JD, we're breaking down every single Big 12 bowl game with the help of none other than bowl season extraordinaire, the man, the myth, the legend, Jake Olson. Welcome into CFB with JD, the people's channel for every single thing that you know and love. College football content on YouTube. We do a video nearly every single day, so we don't want you to miss a thing. Go ahead, subscribe to stay up with the party that we got going on here. Now listen, it's bowl season. We're not playing around anymore. This is the real deal. We are going to be breaking down every single bowl game from here on out. All right, so no bowl game is going unturned. Whether your kid plays on the team or you just want to make a little bit extra money, myself and Jake Olson, who is the man, the myth, the legend, he has his degree in bowlology. We're going to break down every single game. So Jake, first of all, thanks for coming on. Second of all, how are you doing?
Thank you, JD. This is my favorite time, my favorite thing to do every single year with you. And like you said, I got my degree at USC in bowlology. I am bowlingual. All of the things we are going to talk about, JD, is just a bunch of bowl and bowl games and all of that. So thank you for having me. For those who don't know me, again, I am the first completely blind Division I football player. I played at USC. That is not a joke. The other part of what I majored in at USC is a joke. Don't tell my mom that I majored in bowlology because she'll wonder where all that money went.
It was a joke because it was so easy for you. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. So folks, if you want to have some insight into the rest of your bowl season, the most of the bowl slate, you got to subscribe. You got to stay up with what Jake and I are doing here, and Armstrong Sims and Jack McKenzie, obviously making the magic happen. Without any more teasing, without further ado, let's get into every single Big 12 bowl game. First on the list, we got Mississippi State, we got Texas Tech. They are playing in the Liberty Bowl. Jake, do we have a side that we like here?
We do, JD. We like Mississippi State, obviously the better of the two teams on pretty much every metric. Look, -8 is a big number to cover. These pass-happy teams kind of can get ahead in these games. They leave the back door open a lot of times, though, JD, because they can't sustain drives. And Texas Tech may have an opportunity down in the fourth quarter is coming down to backdoor Mississippi State. So I like teasing Mississippi State with another team. If you watch the other videos, you'll know which team I like to tease them with. So please do that. But we are liking Mississippi State to win in this game.
Ooh, I like the little Easter egg there, Jake, but you said it right. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better deadbolt the back door because Texas Tech is knocking on it. Mississippi State, great pass offense. Texas Tech, bad pass defense. Not a good mix. We're rolling with the Bulldogs. Next, we got West Virginia and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. They're playing in they're playing in Phoenix, Arizona at Chase Field. This is going to be the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. What do we like here, Jake?
Well, if West Virginia has a plan, and the old saying goes is everyone has a plan to get punched in the mouth. Well, that's exactly what Minnesota is going to do. And so West Virginia better plan for that. They better have a plan when they get punched in the mouth because Minnesota likes to run the ball. They like to play physical defense. They're going to have to figure a way to get around all that. I don't know if they will have a game plan or the physicality to deal with Minnesota.
Jake, I'm speaking like I got punched in the mouth. This is actually the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. We just broke down the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, but I'm with you. West Virginia, don't know if it's going to be good Jarrett Doege or bad Jarrett Doege. Minnesota, they've got one of the best defenses in the country. They're going to row the boat. I know there's not a lot of bodies of water around there, but I like Minnesota to win that game. We're going to break this game down again on future videos, so go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you're watching because we're dropping some Easter eggs all over the place here, but none of them are cracking, so just make sure you get a hold of that. Next, we got Clemson, number 19 ranked team in the country against Iowa State. You like snacks? We got the Cheez It Bowl for this one. Should be a good game on ESPN. What's your side here, Jake?
Yeah, JD, Clemson without both coordinators, and who knows, even by the time this bowl game occurs, Dabo could be swimming in Las Vegas as the new Raiders coach. Who knows what's going to happen? But either way, I do not like Clemson's chances against Iowa State. Matt Campbell, who was, as you mentioned, going to be maybe a head coach of a more premier program, decides to stay with his seniors, a tight band of brothers there in Iowa. I really like the Cyclones here to beat up on these Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, no OC, no DC for Clemson. So while the cat's away, the mice will play. I don't doubt that Dabo Swinney's going to have his team ready to roll for this one, but Iowa State, just too much of a unified program right now. Matt Campbell, he could have left for a lot of different jobs, chose to stay. Brock Purdy, Breece Hall, as of right now, it sounds like he's playing in the bowl game. If he doesn't, that could change things. Regardless, I like Iowa State to win this game. I'm thinking the Cyclones roll and cover whatever that number is. You got Oregon, number 14 ranked team in the country, against Oklahoma. This is the Where's My Coach Bowl. Some people are calling it the Valero Alamo Bowl. You remember the Alamo. What do we like here, Jake?
Again, a weird coaching situation. Oklahoma and Oregon both losing their head coaches. However, I think Oklahoma is a much deeper cut. Not only did they lose their head coach, JD, they're losing future recruits. They're losing people in the transfer portal. I think if you're an Oklahoma player right now, you are seriously questioning your existence and your career at Oklahoma. That's not what's happening at Oregon. It's a little more stable there. So if I'm Oklahoma, I do not know what I'm playing in this game for. This is going to be a fun week for them just to screw around. And because of that, they are not going to be ready to be facing these Ducks, which I know have sputtered at the end here. But if we all recall, are a very good team. We've seen them be a good team, especially against those Buckeyes earlier on.
Jake, I hate to break it to you. We have a pretty strong Oklahoma following. They're not going to like that, but I'm not just picking Oklahoma because of our following. I think Caleb Williams holds this game in the palm of his hand. I'm putting the palm of my hand right up to the camera so you can see just how big that game is in Caleb Williams' hands. I'm going to pass it off to him. But if he doesn't turn the ball over, Jake, the Sooners are going to win this game. I think they're far too multiple on offense. They got too much explosive players. I know some of them jumped in the transfer portal. Caleb Williams, a generational talent. He wills this team past a coachless Oregon Ducks. I understand it's a coachless Oklahoma right now, but they at least have Brett Venables, who's going to be here next year. They're going to have him probably watching this game, I would imagine. So they still have some things to play for. I think Caleb Williams is able to get it done. Now let's jump in the DeLorean. Fast forward to January 4th. We got LSU and Kansas State in the Tax Act Texas Bowl. Who do we like here?
JD, I like LSU here. I think that they are just a better team. I think they're going to play for Brian Kelly, who seems to has made his home there in a short time, given his accent. And so I like LSU here. I really think they show up and play, even though, again, they're kind of in that same coaching carousel as the other teams we've mentioned on this video.
Yeah, I'm with you. Brian Kelly and his family, he hasn't even won all his games yet. I think LSU, they can't stop the run, but I think backup quarterback syndrome potentially for both teams will be in play. Garrett Nussmeier, I just am rolling with him. I think LSU, coming off that win against A&M, they've got some belief around that program. They're going to send Ed Orgeron out the right way. Last two here, Drake, so we're going to power through. On New Year's Day, Oklahoma State, Notre Dame, two other programs that are dealing with the loss of coaches. Marcus Freeman, obviously the new man at Notre Dame. Jim Knowles, he's gone to Ohio State to be the defensive coordinator there from Oklahoma State. What do we like here in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl?
Well, I think these Notre Dame Irish actually benefit from this coaching change. This is the rarity of the group. Look, they probably have a little bad taste in their mouth if Brian Kelly just left the way he did. Marcus Freeman is the player's coach. I think they get and rally around him. Defense really rallies, as you know. Freeman is a defensive coach. I really think that those two players sitting out isn't going to impact this game. As you kind of mentioned and will mention here, that Oklahoma State quarterback doesn't really deal well with the defense that Baylor showed him. Notre Dame will give him another hard day at the office.
Yeah, Spencer Sanders, we got a chance to see him up close and personal at the Big 12 championship game. When I say up close and personal, I mean from the second to last row of Jerry World, but still, I could see it. He threw 4 interceptions, Jake. Notre Dame, you said it perfectly. They're feeling like they were kind of disrespected by their old head coach. I mean, he came in, had a 4-minute meeting, and just basically said his goodbyes, sent him a equivalent of a text message or an email. It was on the Teams app for all of you that know what that is, but essentially, or Teamworks app, I should say. Basically, didn't leave on good terms. They feel disrespected. They're going to be ready to roll. They're going to get after Spencer Sanders and make this one a tough ball game for him. I think they covered that 2 points right there. Does Notre Dame end up winning the Fiesta Bowl? Finish this whole thing out, Jake. We film our side of the show here in Waco, Texas. We're just down the street from Baylor. We're still going to pick this game fairly. We got the number 7 Baylor Bears against the number 8 Ole Miss Hottie Toddy Rebels and Lane Kiffin and co. This one's going to be in New Orleans for the All-State Sugar Bowl. Jake, what is our pick in this game?
Well, you know me, I do like Kiffin. I really do. But look, a person I follow on Twitter, I'm not going to name him, but is definitely a Baylor Bear, definitely Big 12 supporter. Keeps mentioning if Baylor is, if you had Texas and Oklahoma both in the SEC this year, which they're pretty much qualifying as such. Nowadays, they are 2-0 against the SEC, which only means that Ole Miss is just going to be added to that laundry list of teams in the SEC that Baylor is going to beat, not only this year, but for years to come. So give me the Baylor Bears in this bowl game.
Wow, Jake, that's an excellent analysis. I think that's a very fair point you made about Baylor beating 2 SEC teams essentially already. This would be 3-0. But in all seriousness, Jeff Lebby, the offensive coordinator for Ole Miss, he's gone to Oklahoma. How much does that impact this offensive attack of Ole Miss remains to be seen. I think it kind of tells the story in this game. And then Baylor's just a gritty team, a tough out. I think they can play with anyone in the country right now. Obviously, they didn't beat TCU, so they're not sitting at home, but they're playing in New Orleans for this game and not the college football playoff. Who plays quarterback for Baylor is going to be interesting to see how that unfolds. It dictates a little bit of their offensive attack, not a lot. Regardless of who plays quarterback, though, I like Baylor to win this game. I like them to cover the 1.5, and I think the Bears are going to be your All-State Sugar Bowl champions, Jake. I really do. I think it's just their year. They're too physical, and they're going to be able to go to 3-0 in SEC play.
Well, I hope they leave a sweet taste in your mouth after winning that Sugar Bowl.
I don't know where to go from there. But, Jake, I love you, man. Thanks so much for coming on and spending bowl season with us. Again, every single bowl game, both myself and Dr. Bolson will be breaking it down, okay? So whether you got a kid on the team or whether you just want to make some money from some of these plays on these games, we have got you covered. Subscribe because every single bowl game will be coming down the pipe, and we want you along for the ride. That's it for us here on CFB with JD. We will keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time.